Oh, sorry. Trying to adjust my... There we go. That's better. Good morning. Irene's coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. How are you all doing? Thank you, Kawak Kaka. I hope I pronounced your name right. If I didn't, I apologize. Welcome, Irene Waxberg coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. So this morning I was in one of my groups, and there was a post talking about would you rather travel to the past or the future to meet your descendants. So I didn't even read it correctly. I read it so fast and I answered. So 2 lessons today. Well, always there's a lesson, but slow down for me. Pay attention to what you read, and so there's no misunderstandings. Because I function at such high speed through the day, and that this just remind me that I just need to slow down and take a breath and not go 100 miles an hour. So that's one lesson, because I answered this question, but obviously not 100% correctly. But it made me think of my life and where I've been through and how I live. The question, I changed it a little bit. So my question is, and this is the name of the life, is would you rather go back to the past or would you rather go to the future? And the way I responded, because I didn't even see the descent, meaning you want to meet your grandparents or people that passed away and have conversation with them. I didn't even see that part. It's a big moment. I feel like I just have to talk about this a little bit more. Hi, Janet. How we don't pay attention to our conversations and what we read and what we see, and where the communication is the most important part of our lives. So I'm getting a bigger lesson through this than even that I thought. That, I missed half of the post. I saw only what I wanted to see and what connects to me. I mean, it's a big moment that I'm having right here with you. How many of us go through life or have conversations and only focusing what is important to us and what vibrates with us? It's a huge thing right now for me. I mean, wow. Well, learning is consistent. Learning happens every day, and your lessons come from the most incredible places and the most incredible ways. So the question was, what would you rather do, travel to the past or the future to meet your descendants? Well, I only saw would you rather travel to the past or the future? And my answer was, now I'm going to give you my answer. My answer was neither. I don't want to go to the past. And I've learned that I don't want to be in the future anymore. I lived my life in the past for many, many, many years. And then I lived in the future, that I wanted to know what's going to happen to me and into my life 6 months ahead. And that's absolutely impossible. So I've learned that the past teaches us and gives us the tools and the lessons that we can't take to the future. That is not promised. That is the biggest lesson. Future is not promised. And the only thing we have is today, right now. So I said that I live in today, right now. That's the only thing that is possible and promise per se, right, is today, right now, this moment that we are in, and that we have to honor it and cherish and live in this moment now with the biggest wow and the biggest inspiration and the biggest purpose and the biggest passion and the biggest desire for life is now, today, not tomorrow. So it was pretty cool, and it's been cooler now when I'm digesting this whole entire question and how much attention I didn't pay to it. So yeah, yeah. So I would like to know, what would you choose? Would you rather go into the past or into the future. And conversation got evolved, and can you take all the knowledge that you know now to the past? Well, no, not for me, because everything, the knowledge that I have is from the past. I learned everything that I need to be in this moment. And the future, no, I don't want to take all the knowledge that I have to go to the future. Then there's no room to learn. For me, the road less traveled is the exciting part. That I don't know what's going to happen in the future excites me. And it took a long time for me to get to this point, to not worry about what if I fail? What if things don't work out? What if I don't have enough of this or that? That just creates anxiety and anxiousness, and it also paralyzes not to take the next step into the future. So that's where I came up with the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. It doesn't really matter, because we have no control of anything. And I have learned that firsthand, almost 8 years now will be November. I was going to celebrate my birthday, and my life changed. I didn't get to the party. I ended up in the hospital, right? Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate it. I ended up in the hospital, and my whole entire life changed completely, like beyond your wild imagination, for the worse and for the better. Our darkest moment becomes the brightest light. So I guess the message is today, take the lessons from the past, live in the moment, and be prepared. Of course, be prepared for the future, and don't sweat the small stuff. So wherever you are, the moment that you are in right now, it's a beautiful moment. Embrace it, enjoy it, thrive in it, learn from it. And tomorrow is going to be in the past, right? And you will, take that knowledge, put it in the right compartment, so when you need it for the future that is not promised to us, you have it. So and bring it back to now. So what you learned from yesterday, use it for today, and only for today, and don't worry about tomorrow. It makes life so much easier. I practice that every single day. So, take the small steps, baby steps, plan for the future, but live for today. Yes, I know that's a weird concept, and it was very weird for me too, but what I've learned from the past, again, I'm going back to the past, that future is not promised at all, not promised at all. So giving up is not an option, and is part of the future, right? Because we're praying, we're hoping, we're visualizing our beautiful future. But don't spend too much time on that. Spend the time that God gave you today in this beautiful moment. And the glass is overflowing, right? Of possibilities of the future, but make sure that you honor your glass today, and just deal with the things that are in front of you, and don't make it overwhelming for tomorrow. If it makes any sense, simplify your life for today. Simplify everything, your thought process, the things that you do, your to-do list. Don't overwhelm yourself with it. Take one thing at a time. Take a big breath and just enjoy the process that you're going through today. And, we all plan too much for the future. We absolutely have to be prepared for it, but we just overwhelm ourselves with the goals, and then we miss the beautiful journey that we are on, because we're trying to get to that goal for the next day or for the next month. So keep it simple, keep it passionate, keep it with kindness and joy and humanity, and enjoy today, because the past is, you have lived, you have learned, and yes, the future is coming. But just remember not to forget about the present and now. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope I gave you two cents of mine, and encourage you to look at life a little differently. And that makes me super happy. So appreciate you, all of you, and happy Monday. Bye.